La leche, la leche, la leche, la leche, la leche. Parity, not patriarchy. Past, present, futures. Here's we are again. This is the Equinoxtrueqsz, Co-Secretary General's Co-Savior's. That's what we'd like to call ourselves and use, all of us, everyone's. But in order to connect our names and purposes, archetypally to hers and histories, to the real hers and histories of this, our homes and all our planets, past, present, futures, we also call ourselves other names archetypally, such as ever young goddesses and gods. Does that mean we're trying to become a pantheons, pantheons above others? No, of course not. What we are delivering is divine democracies, so that all of the created incarnated souls that God has created, creates, and shall create, back and forth in circles, times, and balance and context, can be reunited in contact on this and all our planets for heavens, on this and all earths. Now, does that in any way suggest we're trying to usurp the ever-lovings, ever-livings authorities and powers of the one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe? No, of course not. There is only one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe, ever present in all creations, any and alls and any creations, everyone's creations, past, present, and futures, including all that we knows, all our families and communities, the females reparatively, and the females and males equally reparatively with the I in it, back and forth in circle, signs, and balance and contact, and all the flora and fauna that God has given us to close towards and appreciates. All the creations. And so we says namaste, the divines with us, Greeks, the divines with the yous and alls. And we says mikotuya oyasin, mikotuya koseverals. We are alls related. We are any's and alls and any's related, and everyone's related, and because we know that we are alls and any's related, we cans and shells and cans come together and back and forth in circles, times, and balance and contact. And also because space-time is not linear, and we also says the lights within us, Greeks, the lights within yous and alls, because we know us that we are as any's and alls and any's, created of star stuff, everyone's, and so he says also, in Comingsz Pax, and Baval, Chaim Shalom, Mir Pache, Sol, Salam, Merci, Ubuntu is, of course, and Zlandavag, and Das Vidanya, Chinque, Sayonara, all the languages of all the heritage Jews going back and forth to mitochondrial before it's after Dorig's. Because we are heeding the divine wisdoms of the divine feminine's eras and the egalitarian eras, especially the Magdalene era, and Atlantis, Thrace, Ubuntu, back and forth to mitochondrial, Vedics, Druidics, and all, going back and forth to the circle of times beyond this planet, because space-time is not linear. And therefore we call ourselves other names, such as co-white-capped buffalo women's, co-changing women's, Iroquois, goddess clan, sister casinas, and co-cousin, sister clan mothers, and equally so, co-sister casinas and co-cousin brothers of the next generations. We call ourselves sky women, co-earth women's, co-spider women's, co-kachinas, co-katsinas, co-dagana, co-kalki, co-orishas and yamais, of course, co-zarashans, co-avish costeros, Quanyans, Buddhas, and co-Couszmic Chrisztsz. Now, don't let that word Christ intimidate you. The word Christ in ancient languages simply translates to anointed. Anointed to do what? Greatest kindness and wisdom reunited back and forth in circles, times for this and all our planets. For heavens and this and all on all our earths. And so we also call ourselves other names, such as co-Estelarianles and co-Aestelarianles. In fact, co-Aesteralianles and co-Aesteralianles, because we are combining the messages of Shushan that is 50-50 promise fulfilled and delivered with that of the Galilee, the Magdalenes and Nazarenes equally, all the females reparatively, and all the females and males equally reparatives with the I in it, and connecting them to their ancient heritage of the Venusians and Marians of Atlantis, of Thrace, Ubuntu, back and forth, circle times, and of course the Martomas, and the Hindus, and Vedics, and Druidics, and more, and then so that we call ourselves the very real stargates, Atlantis, and all holy lands and sacred earth's risen, of reborns, nativities, and always risen springs, ever young as adults. And we also call ourselves the last that shall be first go first, team is very real Stargate and Star Trek put together for parity, peace, cultures on this and all the planets. Now, it sounds like a daunting task to call accordingly open the Stargates and the Akashic Records for reborns and risen humanities, but it's actually easily accomplished via the numerical rule, which you can read at 5050now.wordpress.com, and you can read just next to it the easily accomplished strategies for making us and the so's. And you'll also see a page on the website called Among the Representatives You Use, goes used to shells and cans and shells, becomes with us Equinoxtrueqsz, Co-Secretary General's COCHRISTSZ. The only issue we were concerned about is whether it be silly and stupid to lose our incarnations, and lose this planet, and have to do this from somewhere else in the universe, according to our cosmic doings of goods and not so goods. But actually, we believe we can, and shells and cans accomplish this here, now, and in conjunction with other planets and in connection with other planets. And so you can see our names and pictures there. So we can say all of them. We'll say some of them. You see we have genealogically and genealogically start first go first with our great grandmothers, and then all the females of our families of all generations, and occurred females, and also equally essentially is our youngest generations of females and males equals. Equally is our El-Has and Elohims, Eli circles and Elois, females and males. And you can see some of the names. We'll say Cancelano, we'll say some of them, we'll say you're going to say Equidester, all the Iroquois, Grin, clan mothers, and equally so, our sister cousins, cousin brothers of clans and gens. We have, of course, our co-white cap buffalo, and then that includes more recently, as of course, we have Queen Esther and Jigga and more recently is Barbara Herschel and Lydia Costanza, and more currently is Lydia and Virginia Volunteering New Times, and we also have, of course, our co-white cap buffalo women, Mary Roseman Pearl, and equally and receiving Martha's and Myrtles and Sophie's and receiving Gifts, Loyalies and Auroras. We have our Lights families, our Bonnies and Sylvia's, lots more there. We have our Ubuntu's families, our Joanne's and Ann's and Lee and Gael's and Gaudi's. We have our, of course, our Estelarian families. We have Allen's and Hannah's, lots more there. And we have our Nears and Jers and Beloveds for our hearts. We have our reintertwining Bedouzies, Marians, Magdalenes, and Nazarenes. That is Australian Libertine Australian, and equally so as Harry Harriet and Radiant Ray, and as Harry Harriet, Claire, Jubilee Jacqueline, Precious Antoinette, Rosen Rose, Grandma Marie, Grandma Popper, Grandma Annette, all the gracious swords, Grandma Dorothy's teaching and learnings, all the lessons of wizardesses that we all are. And connecting that with your sisters and with your justice, connecting with Lynn and Jenny and Leonie of the Gaia families, and Rachel of the Stargaze families, or our current generations of females. We have our Esther's and Rachel's and Anna Marie's and Julian Marie's, Equies and Barbara's and Dia's Divines and Jenny's, and of course our youngest generations, especially our April's, Arisen's, Rose Arisen's, Angeline's, all the particular units. We have Swimmers, Bodies, Dixon and Stars, Hesperus and Halls, especially the Lighting Leads with Trans, and of course our most beloved Vanessa Celia and Harlan's Viz Wesley's, our young couple, Vanessa Celia and Harlan's Viz and Wesley's and Hadass and Grano, Lee and Ross, Ben Chen and John, Blessed Bows, Moore's our companies, very, always Estelanley's, always A's, Journally's, always all related to these students, Patriarchy,